I've been to the zoo. Mister, I've been to the goddamn zoo. Mister, I've been to the goddamn zoo.
Excuse me, I'm trying to read.
It must be nice to own a book. And a hardback, too. All that knowledge in such a small space. All those words.
If you don't mind.
I like words. Words are nice.
Leave me alone.
I went to the zoo and then I walked until I came here.
I don't care.
Is that the ritzy part of town over there? You look like you ought to know.
I don't know.
Surely you didn't walk here like I had to. I bet you drove. You look like you'd have a car, a nice car, a big car. Want me to look after your car, your nice car, your big car?
No, thanks.
Come on, where's it parked? You need someone to look after that car. You never know what can happen to it.
I'm not telling you again.
So how are you today? Nice day, don't you think?
Not really.
Jesus, can I even talk to you?
No.
People have gotten so hard-hearted.
Because of you.
Because of me?
People like you.
What do you mean? I haven't asked you for anything.
You will.
How do you know that? You don't know that.
Yes, I do. Now go away before I...
You're gonna hurt me, you? You're ignoring me? What are you reading that's so interesting? Can I see it?
Would you please go away?
This isn't a free country anymore? I can't sit near you. I can't share your book. What is it? The Middle Ages, you know? Like when they chained up the books and only the snooty people have access to...
Get your hand off that! Stay away from me!
I can't even reach out my hand! What's the world coming to?
Exactly my point.
People are so goddamn insensitive these days. I'm just walking in the park. I'm a walker.
Like fuck you are.
Now what kind of talk is that? Did I say anything bad to you? Huh? Did I?
You're threatening me.
Man, you are uptight. Like this. It's pathetic.
Every time I sit here, somebody like you comes along.
You leaving?
Yeah, I am.
Hey, don't leave. I'll leave. You will? Yeah, of course. You were here first. Would I want to spoil your day in the park? I'm not that kind of guy.
I didn't mean to be too...
It's okay. I understand. Some of the weirdos around here nowadays. So what are you, a professional man or something? You look very professional.
I thought you were going to leave.
Oh, I am in a minute. Sit down.
No thanks. If I have to, I can stand and read.
You can get pretty tired standing like that. You'll develop bone spurs.
I don't think so.
Oh, you're a bone specialist then.
Are you leaving yet?
Yeah, I'm leaving right now. I'm gone.
Well, come to think of it, for once, I'm not leaving either.
Boy, the park sure is restful, ain't it? Pardon me. Isn't it?
It used to be,
Yeah? When was that?
in halcyon days of yesteryear.
Halcyon. Hey, you've got a vocabulary. I'm impressed.
Yes. There was a time when every other word out of my mouth didn't have to be, fuck you.
No reason it has to be now. You should talk to people sometimes. You might even get to know them. Even like them.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I know what you mean. That's why I came over to this side of the park. Did you see who's over there today?
Even you can't stand them.
Do I look that awful? Gosh! I must not see myself as others see me, must I? That's why I seek out people like you. They're much nicer, much easier to talk to. But if you don't want to talk to me, I understand.
You read?
That's extremely condescending, but I'll let it pass. Because it's such a nice day. And I'm such a nice guy.
Yes, it is a nice day. I'm sorry if I seemed...
I've been to the zoo. You'll read about it tomorrow. You'll be in it. I'll be in it. Maybe even on TV tonight. You do watch TV, don't you? Oh, I know you don't do it a lot. But you do take a little peek once in a while, right? Me, you can tell.
I don't think it's any of your business.
But mankind is my business. Who said that?
Scrooge.
Yeah, you'd know, wouldn't you?
What is that supposed to mean?
He's one of your heroes, isn't he? The before Scrooge, not the after Scrooge.
The before Scrooge?
The old sourpuss. Cranky. Selfish. Won't talk to anybody. As opposed to the other Scrooge, the syrupy, sappy one who gives perfectly good turkeys to undeserving little boys on Christmas morning.
I'm not that bad.
You aren't? Excuse me, I better read this paragraph.
It's just that I've been burned by people around here. Everywhere.
Oh, I know. It's so hard to be left alone anymore. I try to read and this guy keeps talking to me. Hey, you're married, aren't you?
Yes. How?
It shows.
What are you talking about?
You've got that, I must get out of the house or I'll scream look. Lots of folks have it, but especially married ones.
I don't believe that.
Then don't. You have 2 kids, too, right?
Yeah. 2 girls.
Oh, but you wanted boys.
No, I didn't. That's very sexist.
Oh, I know. But that doesn't change the fact that you wanted at least one boy. Maybe you'll be lucky and one of your girls will be, you know, butch. It'll be almost like having a boy.
How dare you! You don't know anything at all about my family.
Well, it's not from not trying. It's you who's being so distant.
I shouldn't stay.
What's keeping you then?
I don't know.
Your common sense tells you to go.
Yeah.
Well, don't be held back by middle-class values. Run along. Your daughters need you. A role model. Or is it your wife that's supposed to be the role model?
What are you implying?
Why, nothing. Nothing at all.
You are too, and I don't like it.
Oh, chill out. And I'll tell you about the zoo.
I don't want to hear about the zoo. I don't give a damn about the zoo.
No. And you look like such an ecology type, too. You know, save that rainforest. Send those poor, toothless elephants to the dentist. I bet you even recycle.
Oh, what if I do? You want to make something out of it?
Hey, soothe that fevered brow, pal. Say that 3 times. Soothe that fevered brow, pal. Soothe that fevered brow, pal. Soothe that fevered brow, pal.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. Have you got that? Have you?
But gee, mister, there's such a lack of communication these days.
Am I your guinea pig for today? You're going to communicate with me. Is that what you think, whether I want to or not?
Who better than an uptight married asshole with 2 daughters and a cat?
Dogs. I have dogs.
Really? What kind?
Big ones. Not little yappy ones. Big manly ones that eat intruders.
You can get sued for that, you know. I had a friend who had a...
Oh, I don't care about your friend.
Sure you do.
No, I don't.
Tell me about your birds.
What birds?
Your parakeets. Your daughters have parakeets. I've got your number.
My daughters have geckos.
No, they don't.
You're telling me what my daughters have and what they don't. I'm telling you they have geckos, 4 of them. And 2 boa constrictors.
Well, you ought to know.
I do know. This is ridiculous.
You're right. How much do you make a year?
What?
Come on, how much?
More than you do.
Is that because of virtue or luck?
Both.
How much are you carrying on you right now?
I gave at the last bench. At several.
You serious?
As a heart attack. This is the 3rd bench I've been to in the last hour.
I'm not asking for a handout.
That's good, because you're not going to get one. And you're not going to rob me either.
You should see the expression on your face.
You put it there.
Oh my, these are hard times. How you must suffer. Well, let me tell you, buddy, you haven't got a clue about suffering.
I know something about hard times. You see, we middle-class assholes are having hard times because we have to support non-middle-class assholes like you. Now, which are you? Merely an alcoholic? Or do you abuse drugs as well? Or are you simply incompetent? Hey, buddy, now I've got it. Low gene pool.
Borderline schizophrenic.
Paranoid or regular?
You don't sound very sympathetic.
I'm not. If you're really sick, get treatment. There's a clinic downtown. It's even free.
Jeez. Next you'll tell me to take my medication.
You don't? Why don't you take your medication?
I don't want to. Are you being patronizing? Is that what I'm to make of this?
Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't express myself too well at times. I wasn't trying to be patronizing.
Well, good.
I meant to be insulting.
What?
I meant for you to get up off your lazy, sick, drugged out, or fucked up ass and get out of my face before
I think we're communicating. Who are your favorite writers?
I somehow doubt you care who my favorite writers are.
I am simply trying to have a conversation with a stranger. Why are you making it so difficult?
I don't want to have a conversation with you. I don't like you.
Whatever happened to euphemisms? Is it my lack of color coordination? My untrimmed fingernails?
No. It's the way you and your buddies piss in doorways, the way you defecate in public. The animals in your goddamn zoo are cleaner than you are.
Interesting that you should mention the zoo. I was there today. Did I tell you?
Yes, you told me.
Oh, I must have forgot. My mental state isn't what it should be, you have to realize.
No, I don't have to realize anything.
I took the subway down to the village so I could walk all the way up Fifth Avenue to the zoo. Sometimes a person has to go a very long distance
To make a very big nuisance of himself.
Hey, I'm hurting here. A person is hurting here.
Yeah, who are you hurting?
What are you trying to do, make sense of things?
I already know how things are.
Well, lucky you.
Yeah, lucky me.
Can I tell you I live in a rooming house on the Upper West Side? Or maybe it's in Soho. I live in the basement.
Like a troll.
You're getting into this. I live in the basement in an embarrassingly small...
Laughably.
What?
You live in a laughably small room.
How did you know?
And there's a colored queen who lives next door to you, and he's always plucking his eyebrows.
You've been to my place?
Yeah. Don't you remember when I visited?
No, when was this?
That time you had that birthday party for the colored queen who plucks his eyebrows. Don't you remember that time that you stopped feeling sorry for yourself long enough to have that party for somebody else?
I don't recall this, no.
Sure you do. And the Puerto Rican family who entertains a lot. And the other person who lives there whom you've never seen. Never, ever. Don't you remember when you invited them all over for ice cream and cake?
I did?
I guess you're more schizophrenic than you thought.
Well, not everybody can afford ice cream and cake, you know. You can't all live in nice places the way you do.
My apartment in the East 70s, with a doorman and the double locks, make that triple locks, make that quadruple locks. And why do you suppose we bourgeois fumble buddies have so many locks, huh? Because we're not fools, that's why. Little lambs waiting for the hordes like you to break off the locks and rape my parakeets.
You're angry.
Who? Me? No way. I'm trying to empathize. I went to college. I was taught to feel for others. I had a goddamn liberal education!
Are you sure it took?
Oh, you should have heard me. I cried for this cause, I cried for that cause. I cried so much my eyes became closed from all the salt. And what's your cause? Let me guess. Empty picture frames in your sad, lonely apartment in the big, bad city.
Well, yes, as a matter of fact.
No parents? No girlfriend?
No.
Good old mom walked out on good old pop when you were what? A fetus? And you couldn't cope, you cracked under the strain. Good old pop ran into the side of a moving van and that pretty well wiped you out family-wise. Is that your story, monkey? Or have I left out some vital sociological detail?
You don't care about my problems.
I'm tired of your whining, it's deafening.
I haven't whined once.
You were about to.
No, I wasn't.
Did I leave something out? Physical abuse, sexual abuse? Ah, good heavens! Surely you're not an incest survivor.
You dismissing my problems?
Haven't you heard the little boy who cried victim one too many times?
But people do suffer.
Oh, you poor little thing! How in the world did you make it this far? Let me take you in my arms and give you great, big, nurturing...
Hey, watch it now!
Why? No one has suffered as much as you. Whereas I've never had a problem in my life because I'm male and middle class. Oh, please let me make it up to you. Please. But how can I ever possibly make it up to you after what you've been through?
A cheap shot.
You bet it is. And it feels great. By the way, what's your name? How can I feel the full amount of sympathy unless I know your name?
It's Jerry.
And I'm Peter. You know, like Christ's pal. Get it?
What are you talking about?
Let's just say, hello, Jerry. Hello! Hello! Hello!
Are you sure you're middle class?
How can you doubt it? Can't you see well-behaved sucker written all over my face? Do you have any idea how many times I've been panhandled and pestered? And not just today, right in this spot. I used to be able to sit here and read, enjoy the sunshine, get a breath of air. I can't remember the last time I was able to do that.
Sure you can. You just remembered.
The point is, I don't want it to be just a memory. I want it to be a reality. But of course, that's so very selfish of me.
You talk tough, but you've got a very soft core.
Well, I'm working on it. By the end of summer, I should be quite hard.
Don't get too hard now. You'll wind up like the very people you despise.
No, I don't think so.
So, are you willing to listen to what happened at the zoo?
All right. What happened at the zoo?
Better yet, let me tell you about my rooming house.
You already told me.
I did? About the lady who lives on the 3rd floor? In the front?
Yeah, she cries all the time.
Yes, whenever I go out or come back in, whenever I pass her door, I always hear her crying, muffled,
But very determined.
Yes! How did you know?
I can see it in your eyes.
The pain?
Of course. How can I miss what a sensitive guy you are? Now, tell me about the landlady.